I'm going to start a second consecutive video talking about the Quinn Hughes trade because obviously it's very important to the Canucks' future, but what we got in return is also very important to the Canucks' future, and the Canucks have made it very clear that we're not going to be good this season and that we're going through somewhat of a rebuild. But we have a lot of young prospects in the organization, including the players we got in the Quinn Hughes trade, and today I'm going to talk about the top 10 under 24 players in the Canucks organization. The best under 24 prospect is Boom, acquired in that Quinn Hughes trade, the former 12th overall pick back in 2024. Zeev is on pace for 40 points in his rookie season so far, with currently 4 goals and 12 assists in 33 games played. He is the future number 1 defenseman in Vancouver if all things go right in his development. Our second ranked prospect in the video that we're going to talk about is Braden Coots. He had a really good preseason and a good training camp with the Canucks, so he actually appeared in 3 regular season games this year, even though he was just drafted 15th overall in the most recent entry draft. This year, he currently has 23 points in 17 games with the Seattle Thunderbird and is also their captain. On top of all that, he's also going to represent Canada in the World Junior Tournament as an 18-year-old. Our third best prospect is Tom Willander. The Swedish 05 defenseman was drafted 11th overall in the 2023 entry draft. He has 1 goal, 8 assists for 9 points in 26 games with the Vancouver Canucks. He's a rookie defenseman who spent 2 years at Boston University honing his skills. He's also 3rd in points for defensemen on the Canucks and is 1st in on-ice goals percentage and 3rd in both Corsi and Fenway. Our fourth prospect is the 21-year-old Swedish winger Jonathan Lekkerimäki, who was selected 15th overall back in 2022. He is marinating in the AHL for most of this season, but is sitting at over a point per game with 10 points in 9 games. Lekkerimäki was also the MVP of the World Juniors back in 2024. Our 6th prospect on the list is Liam Ogren, who was acquired in that Quinn Hughes trade that we talked about at the beginning of the video. He's a 21-year-old Swedish winger who was the 19th overall draft pick back in 2022 and has had a reasonably strong start with the Canucks so far. In 5 games played, he has 3 points, which is a lot better than he did in Minnesota with 0 points in 18 games. Next on the list is Marco Rossi, the Austrian center who was also acquired in that Quinn Hughes trade. And he's a little bit lower on the list, even though he's more of an established center, because he has less room to grow. And a lot of these other prospects, I think, can have higher potential than he's reached right now, even though last season he had 60 points in 82 games. Another prospect from the 2025 entry draft is Alexei Medvedev, who was picked in the 2nd round by the Vancouver Canucks. Medvedev is the goaltending future for the Canucks. Obviously, it will take him a few years to get there, but in 2 seasons in the OHL has posted above a 900 in each of them. Elias Pettersson may have been a 3rd round draft pick and may be most well known for sharing a name with fellow Canuck Elias Pettersson, but he's really shaped out to be a very well-rounded defenseman who plays very tough in each end of the ice and is a very physical presence. Aatu Räty is our next prospect, and he's really intriguing to me because he was acquired in that Bo Horvat trade, and he's 23 years old, so he still has some room for development, but he's proven that he belongs in the NHL and can be a productive scorer and a shutdown guy, and he's also insane in the faceoff dot. He's 4th in the entire league in faceoff win percentage. The last prospect to round off this list is going to be Sawyer Minio. He's a 2-way defenseman who's only 20 years old, who's logging a ton of minutes down in Abbotsford, and he's been on the power play, he's been on the penalty kill, he's been producing points, and he's just been a really bright spot for that team, which has been riddled with injuries and has stepped up to the challenge. On top of all that, he also represented Canada in the World Juniors last year after the Matthew Schaefer injury. I do want to also include one more prospect as like an honorable mention, Riley Patterson, because it was tough to choose between Minio and Patterson as the 10th prospect on this list. And Patterson is 10th in the OHL in points, on pace for 90 points. And with that, that's going to wrap up our list, and here are the top 10 Canucks prospects.